Good morning, everybody. Y'all get me. That means we're going to have a visitor here in the South. Y'all, I was going to stop it and restart it, but they're like, keep going, just be you. And y'all don't know if you can see over here, but I'm starting a new painting thing. Y'all, I had a huge thing of joint compound from up 10 years ago from where they repaired our home from black mold. We had a black mold remediation done, and then we had to, my late father-in-law, my husband, they invested a lot. Well, it's my property, bitch. It's my property. Anyhow, it's my home, and which allegedly fucking this city is. Anyhow, that's a totally different story. No, it's not. It's all connected. The corruption and all the illegal scams to obtain my inheritance and my home. Thank you for confirmation. And I'm noticing it's 7:41 Central Standard Time a.m. here in Enterprise. And look at that Gmail. It says money, power, and profit. Um, money, profit, power, and profit. And today is August 27th of 26, and it's 7:41 a.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm noticing that the sunrise was at 6:16 a.m. And then I have 85% on my phone. Y'all, what I have been noticing lately is, my guides and my spirit team showing me like the sunrise and the sunset. Thank you for confirmation. But let me show you what I'm working on. Y'all, I have not figured out how to turn the front-facing camera on my laptop, y'all. I'm just so, I'm computer illiterate and ignorant. But anyhow, y'all, I had this huge container, a 5-pound bucket of joint compound from the repairs on our home at that time. But I'm like, I'm going to use that. I'm going to create. So I'm using materials that are useful from my past and bringing them forward with me. If otherwise, okay, I see where we're going. I love it when my spirit's leading. I do. I love it when spirit leads me. And my copycats, you stupid bitches. Y'all live by the motherfucking nose. I'm going to just tell you that right the fuck now. Y'all will never be fucking me, bitch. Never. I'm hearing, number one, you don't have the resourcefulness that I do. You don't have my spark. Y'all, I do have copycats, so please be aware of that. But my whole self-love journey and what I'm hearing from my guides is that, and spirit, is that this is this Yeshua this morning? Good morning, Yeshua. He said it is a blessed event. I have to agree. He said a smile looks good on my face in the morning. Thank you. Y'all get emotional with my guides. And he's saying this is the response to the results of my self-love journey. You get me all emotional, damn it. He said that's okay. He said there's nothing with emotion, but what he's saying is that my smile is actually the reaction, the response, and that I'm seeing the results of the self-love journey that I've gone on since my late husband had passed. I'm not grieving. Well, I do grieve my husband, but I'm over that. I've recovered from that grief, and I process the grief. There's always going to be a part of that within me. But it's the learning and the moving forward, and that I'm grabbing life by the horns. And actually, that's one of the first poems that I wrote. And y'all, my poems have actually been stolen from me, my intellectual property. They're just one. I even had paintings stolen out of my home. But what Spirit is saying is, Yeshua, is that I've grown past the grief of the past and the pain of the past, and that I'm resourceful enough, and I have learned. Are you saying I moved past? Did you say I moved past the pain of the past? or that I'm learning to. But anyhow, he was confirming. I wanted to make sure I didn't see a no there is what I wanted. But anyhow, it's that I'm moving past it and that I've learned and that I'm truly embracing and learning to love myself. And y'all, I'm a reference. I'll, he's like, I'm not done talking. Actually, he's right. I do. I don't mind. I do, and I don't mind holding like this pendulum or the rods for other people to see the response of my spirit team. And y'all, I channel everybody, and I'm connected to everything and everybody. I'm a direct conduit, but so are all of us. Quite honestly, I don't like labels. But he said, I found the hidden uniqueness about my own individual self within the complete or the total is the word that he given me, which he means by the creator I am that I have always been. He said the truth of I am, but also I am learning to recognize and love and bring forth from everything from the past my true self. And he said, going back to the past, to my childhood, to the inner child of me, and grabbing her and yanking her forward and saying, come on, let's go forward in life and live, grab life by the horns. He's telling me to go, are you wanting the inner child cards? Hold on, let me pause this and go get those cards because I don't have them out. Are you wanting those cards, the inner child? Okay, hold on, y'all. Bitch, y'all see me. I'm like, bitch, I don't want to get up now. I want to continue on. But he's like, go get the cards. So, and he's like, listen to me. And y'all, I did this yesterday. Y'all probably heard my crows out, but I know they probably look a little weird, but I made some blueberry biscuits this morning, and y'all, they are good. Hold on. Let me go get that. Did I pop? Nope. Y'all, I'm sitting here rambling away, sitting here thinking I'm recording, bitch. I ain't. Either I did. Well, I had tried. Y'all probably saw me hitting that button go, pause, motherfucker, pause. But it didn't. And anyways, the bottom of the deck is low spell. Y'all, I mentioned my gang stalkers. I had gang stalkers from the past. Pointedly, Dave from the Dave at Dave 1979 on TikTok. And I don't know if he's the ghostwriter or not, but you know, he said he was, but whatever, bitch. They stole my inheritance. I don't know if he was trying to claim like a power of attorney or conservatorship or whatever. But he was saying that I was married to him or whatever. Bitch, I ain't married to nobody. But I was referencing the self-delete program on TikTok. This is the bullying tactic that at Dave 1979 and Cryptic Fuck Bitch. That's who I call Cryptic Fuck Bitches. Quicksilver Mind Weaver on TikTok, and she's Quicksilver Mind 22 on Facebook. Y'all, I keep blocking these motherfuckers everywhere, every fake ass account and all that. But yeah, they did do a love spell. But there's earth signs here: the Taurus, the Virgo, and the Capricorn. But there's also some air signs: the Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius involved. And so let's see where Spirit is going this. And y'all, I'm getting the reference to leaving the shit from the past behind that serves no purpose. Or as bitch, the trash is automatic with me. Bitch, that's why I'll be farting out all that death magic you be sending at me at Dave 1979 and Quicksilver Mind Weaver, you useless bitch. I just farted right the fuck out. You know, like a nervous horse. Anyhow, so let's get going. Did I learn my lessons? Bitch, yes. But I'm smart enough and resourceful enough to take things that are useful from my past, like this joint compound, and spackling there and create something new with it. I can make something beautiful with earth and air. The elements that we work with, that Spirit has naturally given us, the earth, air, fire, water, and of course Spirit, which is ether. And here we have card 22, the Master Healer number. Your mind, your body, your soul. bitch, it's what we make of it. I can dwell on the past, or I can make a new creation. And like, what was it, day before yesterday? I was eating on it yesterday. And actually you saw the pan of it where I was doing part two, the video I did, the two videos I did this morning, part one and two. Part one's not marked, but it's the one right before part two there. Kind of self-explanatory. Well, not always, because sometimes videos pop up out of order. But anyhow, there was a pan on my countertop in my kitchen when the police here come up to my house. You're so stupid, by the way, allegedly. Anyhow, there was an unmarked car in the neighborhood at that time, y'all. I am not bullshitting you. I keep getting the reference, but it wasn't for me. Okay? I don't know what. I know this is being investigated, and I know there's like IA that's involved, but damn, that older cop, baby, what are you doing with the black men, young men in particular? 15 and below, in the back of your seat there when you pick them up and throw them in the back of your seat. Allegedly, your ass is being investigated. I got to tell you that. That fucking unmarked car, it wasn't here for me. Anyhow, no, not only did I try to make blueberry biscuits, y'all, was fucking good, and they are buttermilk, but I also made my first pan of dressing. I have never made dressing. And I didn't have poultry seasoning, and I only had 2 eggs. I definitely needed more eggs, and I definitely needed the poultry seasoning. And I wouldn't have minded, like a whole, having, boiled down chicken or whatever, to get the broth, to make my own broth and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Taking the old and creating something new. What I'm hearing is like a new old raggedy, from taking the old stuff from an old raggedy Christmas tree and making yourself a new present. We're going to run with it. Now I'm hearing open for development. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, not sorry. I'm noticing my money tree. I gave it too much water, and I got to take it out and replant it, repot it. Repurpose it. Put it in something new, from the old to the new. So we're making a transition, and I'm being reminded also of the life and death process. Thank you as well. Those cyclic natures of everything. And of course, I'm being reminded as well that I mentioned the elements, the earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. But I'm being also reminded, I was going to mention y'all to Witch in Sky. She has some subliminals. And she has much more in that. Her channel has actually helped me heal a lot. I've learned a lot about myself and learned a lot about spirituality and my own, and discovering more and more about myself. But she also has a Ritual of One channel that she has a lot of subliminals. One of them is self-love. Y'all, I had no confidence in myself. I mean, the gang stalking and everything and the flat out abuse, especially since my late husband had passed, was tremendous. When you take someone who has a tragic loss, like losing a spouse, and losing a loved one, period, is a traumatic event, and many times it can trigger a spontaneous spiritual awakening. I think many of us realize that. I had no idea. I do now. And anyhow, y'all, the extreme, deliberate abuse and targeting and the Darvo, the whole thing. You know, y'all, my mom has a major, and she majored in business, but she minored in psychology. And she, obviously a narcissist, a master manipulator, but she also has Munchausen by proxy with all the tendencies. And she's also a pedophile. She has she has raped and trafficked her own children from the day we were born. And we were also survivors of the MK Ultra program. My mama was institutionalized in '66 in Jacksonville, Florida. That's probably when they got a hold of her ass. Anyway, y'all, the extreme emotions, the extreme hate, the extreme abuse, and the manipulation tactics is, there's no word. But after my late husband passed, the absolute greed. I have not received one penny from my estate, but it was stolen. And what I'm hearing is the regrouping of self, and this is when my true reawakening to my own spirituality, to my own self started. And again, I'm a reference here, The Witch in Sky, her self-love video, subliminal. Y'all, I listen to that more out loud, like when I'm in the shower and I'm putting on face cream or I'm putting on makeup. The confidence and the belief and the, call it manifestation, but that self-love, subliminal, listening to it out loud while I shower and I put on face cream or my body lotions or my makeup has helped me learn to love me, to accept myself, my imperfections, my perfections, whatever they may be. I see myself in a more positive light. I think more positively about myself. And the way I think about myself is reflected in the people's response and reaction to me. It is astounding. But what is even more amazing is astounding is how much I've loved or learned to love myself and found the beautiful things in me, the beautiful broken things. I see the beauty in the parts of me that are considered broken. Who judges that? Or the imperfectly perfect. I'm beautiful just as I am. And I'm improving every day, but I do it for me. I'm on that self-love journey, and truly, they're saying with glee, they're showing me like a little kid with their heels kicking up in glee. It's like, yes! What they're showing me, and it's hand in hand with spirit. My journey, my self-love journey, is truly, it's one of healing, but it is truly spirit-led. Y'all, I'm completely isolated. I know I have soul family coming in and everything, but everything that does not serve me has been stripped away. Family, friends, children, situations, environments, everything. I mean, even now they're trying to, steal my home through any illegal or whatever trumped up legal thing they could come up with. Y'all, that bullshit citation is exactly that, bullshit. But what did they really steal anything from me? No, y'all. It's like a dragon with its shells or a tower with its, its boulders or the rocks and the plate or the sheet armor that builds up the outside of that tower. Baby, that's not my truth. This home, this building, this physical shell of a building is not my truth. And that's not the treasure within it. Baby, that's me. I'm the treasure. Bitch, I found the treasure. Spirit said, I'll lay a path of gold at your feet. Bitch, that path of gold is me. Finding myself. And y'all, I'm seeing again the image of an adult, and that would be spirit or my spirit team walking hand in hand with a child, and that child skipping in glee and kicking up their heels. That's me and my spirit team. And right now we have Yeshua. Well, there's quite a few of them coming in, but it's Yeshua that's coming in so strongly. And that's what I mean by my journey has been spirit-led. And when I give spirit-led readings, that's what it is. It's led by spirit, and I'm listening. Your spirit team and mine. So the question, and okay, I didn't intend to say that. They're going, so the question is, they said, okay, where you go with this? They're saying, will the real Roger Rabbit please step forward? And I'm reminded of the Prince of Bel-Air here, but y'all, my nickname actually is Rabbit. I always growing up, I was told that I would walk hand in hand between my mom and my daddy. Now, y'all, bear in mind, my parents were divorced by the time I was 2 and a half. So I should have already been walking. So it would have been prior to and beyond, 2 and below that this happened, that they started calling me Rabbit. I didn't walk, I hopped, okay? I didn't walk, I did not start walking. I hopped like a rabbit. And so, will the real Roger Rabbit please hop forward? Your real true self, that real inner child. And the first card that's coming up, they're telling me I got 3 cards, 2 are face down and 1 is up, but that is not the inner child, and they're telling me to pull that. So, and I'm hearing ecstatic relief, and I'm noticing all the light and the gold on this card, and they're going, read this card first. I hadn't even looked at the inner child one that's come up, so we will in just a second. They're saying, I'm going to flip it over, because remember, y'all, that it flipped face up, but it says, I am presence, light body activation, accessing the divine within. 2212 on my timer there. And y'all remember the number 22 had popped up earlier, that master healer number. Is that Archangel Michael? I mean, I'm seeing blue, but I'm also noticing the green of my leaves, and I'm being reminded that I mentioned my money tree and repotting that, but I'm also noticing I mentioned the yellow and the golds there, and what the reference to spirit laying that path of gold in front of my feet. Y'all, that treasure is us. Discovering that beauty within us glowing, and it's, that's what Spirit was just saying. You're beautiful when you wake up with a smile on your face in the morning, and they're saying the liveliness, that it's glowing from within. That is the path of gold, This is card number 5, which is ground from the root. Ground from the root. And I'm noticing the trees, y'all, the tree systems. I don't know what y'all believe or whatever, but everything talks. Everything is sentient. If you look up the definition of a sentient being, y'all, I did a channel, and I did some posts on, I did some channels. I can't remember. I think that was one, the channel with Conversation with Yeshua, and I did some with Mary Magdalene and Anubis. But look at the ones that say conversation with, especially with a deity or whoever, or Yeshua. Because normally there are lessons, and it might start out with definitions, but they're going somewhere with this. And I want to say that's the one with either Yeshua or Anubis. And y'all, I am still working on the one with both. And I've been having downloads as well with Bigfoot. But they're actually a far more advanced species than we are. But anyhow, it's the trees, they speak. If you think about the trees and their root system, they're below in the ground of the earth. Many are on the layer on top, but many go deeper. But this is also more than just a way of passing nutrients. It's also a way of expressing themselves. I'm sorry, y'all. When I'm channeling and locked in, I'm like somewhere else. They're saying the gaze is far away, but deeply within. You understand? You're looking outside, but you're also deeply within. And do that deep dive. Thank you. Go into the deep roots of self, but also remember that the trees grow up. Not only do their roots spread out and down, they go up as well. It's a simultaneous growth. Okay. The next card that came out is the Gaia Gateway activation. I'm talking about Mother Earth and the trees and everything on Mother Gaia. Learning experiences, wisdom, transmission, and earth intelligence. Learning to connect with everything and everybody, and everything is sentient. If you understand that our Creator, if you go along with the concept that the Creator created everything, I am that I have always been, I am the great I am, I created all of this. If you want to look at it like an author creating the greatest story ever told, then the Creator created everything and every body within the story. Everything is sentient. Everything is sentient. Communicate with it. Express yourself. Listen to it. Listen to the air as it breathes through the trees, as it breathes through the leaves. Each leaf is an individual part of that wholeness of the tree. You understand? Step through that gateway. I'm hearing dare to be there. Dare, when people say hug a tree, well, do you know how much power is within a tree? Do you realize the connection, the family, the soul family that you have? Talk to the birds, you hear my crows. Develop a relationship with them. Y'all, vultures are very intelligent. Did y'all know that? Did you know that? Y'all, I can go by our sanitation department here in Enterprise where everybody gasses up. On Glover Avenue, there's always vultures over there, you know, because all the trucks are over there and they're always getting their gas or whatever the fuck. Have you ever noticed how many vultures over there? Crow to them, call to them like I'll call to them like I'm calling to my crows. Bitch, I cannot tell you how many times that I have done that. I've done it at least 3 times. And I have done that, and then I drove home about almost a mile away from where I called at the vultures. There was one time the first time there was a vulture sitting in my driveway when I got home, and I went straight home from that spot. It wasn't a mile away. There is no coincidence. They remembered and they knew who I was. They talked to each other. They are sentient and they are connected. And then the next card is Soul Star Activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. I mentioned Thoth, and look, that image reminds me of Thoth. Also, I'm being reminded of Meteoron as well. I'll have to look up what he means, but I'm also remembering that I mentioned Archangel Michael, and his color is blue. I didn't mention the hawks, y'all. I've been hearing a lot of hawks. Y'all, I'm not sure what a falcon cry sounds like, but I swear I've been hearing falcons. But let me look at Meteoron here. Oh, hell. Meteoron, please. Oh, not that. May I have information about the Archangel Meteoron? I can't pronounce it. Y'all have a speech impediment. He's widely known in the angelic and spiritual traditions as the chief archangel of nature, the environment, and wildlife. Protecting the earth. She oversees the health, and I'm hearing androgynous. She takes both. Many of them do. She oversees the health and protection of the planet's ecosystem, natural resources, and plants and animals, healing and recovery. And I mentioned the master healer number. People often call on her to assist with environmental healing, recovering from natural disasters, and caring for sick or injured wildlife. Connecting with nature, she acts as a guide for humans who want to deepen their bond with the natural world, outdoor elements, and elemental beings like the crystals and plants. The symbolism and appearance. Now, y'all, I'm just reading straight from Google. Her Hebrew name translates to lion god or altar. She's commonly associated with pale pink, rainbow hues, or earthly tones. Description: in art and spiritual wisdom, she is often shown with a globe of the earth or surrounded by trees, flowers, and animals and the aquatic birds. Yeah, I'm being reminded of he is a masculine deity. I call him the Green Man. Who is the deity? The Green Man, but he's associated with trees and nature. He looks like an old withered tree. The figure you're describing is literally the Green Man himself, often depicted in a wizened bark-like form with the face carved right into the wood. That's exactly what I'm seeing. Are emerging from gnarled roots and leaves, are closely related to mythic archetypes like Leshy or Trant. The Green Man, while commonly portrayed as a youthful face made of lush spring leaves, he is very frequently depicted in modern art, statues, and folklore as ancient, weathered, and solemn tree spirit whose skin looks like cracked tree bark and weathered wood. He symbolizes the cycle, life, death, and renewal in nature. And y'all, I mentioned the life cycles and death and the cyclic nature of life. Now, with the Slavic folklore, the Leshy, Leshy, is a primordial forest guardian and shapeshifter who can appear as an old man made of tree bark. Faun or Pan, Roman and Greek nature spirits of the wild woods who were frequently envisioned as rough, weathered entities bound to the life of the forest. How beautiful is that? I tell you, those signs and synchronicities, y'all, it was 3211, and notice it says the Freedom Code. The Freedom Code, and it says beat every estimate. Y'all, I keep seeing the number 3333. Also, my throat gets dry there, so you might be having some troubles with the throat chakra, and which is also the blue color. 3333 is amplified creativity, self-expression, and strong spiritual alignment. The amplified energy is, well, the threes, y'all, but the Ascended Masters, believers view this sequence as a direct message that the spiritual guides or Ascended Master are close by and offering support and encouragement. Y'all, and I did mention Yeshua there, and I'm noticing that it was 3317 on the timer. But the key areas of life are the creativity, manifestation, love, and relationships, but personal growth. That you're evolving spiritually and learning to embrace your true unfiltered self without fear. And it was 3333 when we hit that, so we're going to run with it. It's like embracing the truth of self and loving every damn minute of it. And you're shining from within, and that spirit laying a path of gold at your feet. When we learn, and what I'm hearing is the word adopting, but also adopting the orphaned self that we left far behind, and adopting that inner child, and then adapting, like reusing whatever is useful from the past and leaving whatever the trash is. Bitch, just part that shit right on out. Just shit it right on out. Just let it go, baby. It's like my late mother-in-law Helga used to say, better out than in. I mentioned the Slavic god there. She was German, y'all. I'm hearing Eastern European. So we're going to go with that. We're going to pull one more card because y'all have been chatting here for about 35 minutes. They're saying, try to cut me short. They're saying, sometimes I am long-winded, bitch. I can chat. I can talk. Once you get me talking. And they're saying sometimes silence is a blessing. Being able to sit in silence. It's not a bad thing. You'd be surprised at how much you communicate. The sweet waters, sensuality, romance, enjoyment, fertility, and balance. Notice how her belly, and notice the water. It's, y'all, I'm seeing it like the ram there, the symbolism of the ram. So Aries energy as well, that fire energy. I am an Aries, but notice it's like this waterfall, and notice as well that it's around the sacral area. Y'all, that womb of creation. Use that creative power you have. Manifest. I'm hearing it in the open portal of manifestation. Use it. Use it for your goodwill, for nature's goodwill, whatever it is. But get rid of the trash of the past and let it go. And start free flowing into love and self. And the more you adopt, damn. Sorry, y'all. Spirit burp. Confirm that. That was a hell yeah from Spirit. But once you start, damn, okay. There was 3 of them, 36, 13. That divine feminine number. I feel like burping again. But 13 is my divine feminine number. And once you go inside and start seeing how beautifully broken and imperfectly perfect you are, and you adopt your own inner child, and give them the fucking love they deserve. Look how much you glow. Look how you glow with that golden beauty from within as without. Remember, as above, so below, as within, so without. That treasure that everybody's looking for, darling, is inside. I hope it helps. Many blessings to you. Blessed be.